Can just repetition bring your manifestation? Does it speed up your manifestation? And how to build a solid trust on law of assumption and avoid the doubt of will this manifest or not? Welcome, everyone. My name is Tracy, your Muse Tracy. I am your favorite manifestation coach, and I am here to inspire you and empower you to live the life of your dreams, to create on purpose exactly what you want in all areas of your life, to stop settling and to stop suffering. You are not here to suffer. If that sounds good to you, you are more than welcome to subscribe to my channel. I offer one-on-one coaching, and I also offer group coaching. In my coaching program, we take a deep dive into your subconscious programming or your belief system, and we do the work to change the programming that is effectively covering up and masking your true nature. I will take you through the process of identifying and changing your programming. I'll also teach you how to integrate the creator belief system, release stored emotions from the past, as well as teaching you how to honor and process your emotions on an ongoing basis, as well as much, much more. We meet 2 to 3 times per week, and in between each session, you have email access to me as well. It's an intensive month designed to create real transformation. This is the type of coaching I wish I had when I was starting out in the beginning of my journey. And again, I designed it this way to create the real support and transformation. So this is for you if you are ready to move past the one-off coaching sessions that are sort of like a band-aid. This program creates real, lasting transformation in every area of your life and returns you back to your true nature of being an effortless and unlimited creator. Most of my clients will stay with me 2 to 3 months to integrate all of these teachings, and some want to stay longer. Some people are starting businesses when they're in coaching with me. Some are, manifesting a committed relationship. Really, we work on all areas. It's not just one area, but some people are working on some specific things that actually start to unfold and manifest, so they stay in coaching to keep the support going as those things are unfolding. Either way, my clients come out of the program transformed and back in their ability to create everything they desire. They stop struggling, stop suffering, and they finally understand how to apply all of the manifesting knowledge that they've been consuming for sometimes years. So if you're interested, you can follow the links down below. There is a waitlist for my coaching program right now. So the sooner you join the waitlist, the sooner you can get started with me. And yeah, if you have any questions, send me an email. I'll be happy to follow up and respond. And in today's video, I'm starting now question of the week. So you guys are welcome, subscribers are welcome to submit a question, and I will record a video to answer your specific question. And I am going to try to select the questions that I find will be most beneficial for everyone involved. Sometimes it'll be outliers, because sometimes I think, the question is a great question that maybe other people didn't even know that they had, but I see it come up, and I know that it's going to help a lot of people. So the question today is about repetition. Can just repetition, bring your manifestation? Does it speed up your manifestation? And how to build a solid trust on law of assumption and avoid doubt of all this will manifest. Okay, so I'm going to answer the last part first, because, and I actually have been talking about this in a lot of my recent videos, so definitely go and check those out. And I'm talking about this very thing, like you have to integrate this belief in the law first and foremost. And it's the thing that a lot of people skip over because it's not the easiest thing to do. And it takes courage. I've been talking about this as well. It takes courage to flip everything that you've ever known, how the world works, flip it on its head and just commit to, moving forward in blind faith. Okay, it takes courage and it takes, some work to change your belief system. But first and foremost, to solidify your belief in the law takes a decision. It takes a decision by you. So you are here watching me, probably watching other, manifestation coaches, law of assumption coaches, or law of assumption content because you resonate with this information. You resonate with the truth. And, you know, it's the truth for you if you resonate. I'm not telling you what to believe. I think that is a very individual choice that everyone makes, and you want to start to cultivate trusting this inner resonance that you feel. You specifically have an inner resonance to certain information for a reason. And not everyone will resonate with the information, and that's okay. And maybe in this lifetime, that's not their theme, that's not their, path. It's not, otherwise, if it was, they would resonate with it. Okay? So you have this resonance with law of assumption, being a conscious creator, with everything that I'm teaching on this channel. That's why you're here watching me. So you now need to recognize, I resonate with this. And what is resonance? It's like this feeling inside of you that this is truth. Like it just makes sense. It resonates. And that resonating is a remembering, right? Because your soul, your higher self, the larger part of you that isn't physically in your human body, that is still sort of like with all that is, the infinite, knows everything. It's just the physical human form that, we have this veil. And it's for a reason. We're not supposed to know everything in this human physical form. We're meant to forget. So it's for a reason. But along the way, as we've forgotten things that our higher self or our soul knows, we are getting guidance from our higher self, from our soul. And what better guidance than from your higher self? There is no better guidance. And that guidance, one of the ways it comes through is resonance. So you resonate with this information, but that doesn't mean, you've lived however many years under a completely different belief system. I'm assuming most people have. I did. A belief system that says life is just happening, and you just sort of like roll with the punches. just roll with it, just cope, just do the best you can, right? It's just happening. That's the old belief system. Law of assumption says no, it's all you, it's all a projection of your mind, your consciousness, and you choose in each moment going forward what you now want to experience, and you persist in that, and it'll harden into fact, right? You guys know what law of assumption is. But it's completely different. So just because you resonate with the information doesn't mean that you've changed your belief system. You have to do the work to change your belief system. And that is, a moment to moment to moment choice. Yes, when you watch a video like this, you go, yeah, I resonate, that makes sense, and I believe that. Now, okay, great. That's this moment where you decided to believe it. Now, what happens 30 minutes later, or an hour later, or 4 hours later when something pops up? Do you go back and fall back in the old belief system and think that you're a victim, and that, your manifestation isn't coming, and you start to have doubt? If you do, that's the moment where you choose again. You make a new decision again. No, I'm the operant power. I'm the one creating everything. My consciousness is the real reality, right? So it's a decision, but it's not a one-time decision. It's a moment to moment to moment to moment to moment decision. And if you keep doing this, this becomes your new belief system, okay? But you have to commit to it. And you do. You have to have courage to do it. You have to have courage to do it, and you have to decide, this is what makes sense to me. I know I'm resonating with this for a reason, so I'm going to do the work. I'm going to continue in every moment to choose that this is how it works. This is how it works. Okay? And then if you are really if you really have understood what Neville's teaching, because part of your question was, let's see, doubt if this will manifest. Well, if it works for one thing, it works for all things. There's not one thing that it works with. It doesn't work with a coffee, and then it doesn't work with a house or a person. No, if it works with one thing, it works with everything. It's just that your belief system maybe isn't totally converted. And again, when that doubt comes up, it's in that very moment when the doubt comes up that it's an opportunity for you to, once again, make a decision to choose, this is how it works. Okay? So, how to get rid of doubt, how to solidify your belief in the law is by making a firm decision. If you resonate with this information, that resonance is coming from your higher self. It's a remembering, it's guidance. So now you have to decide to trust your resonance, trust your guidance from your higher self. You have to make a decision on that. Okay, let's get on to the other part of your question, which I felt like is a really good question to address here, which is, does just repetition bring your manifestation? And, honestly, I don't have a straightforward yes or no answer to this, okay? Because it can, but it can also be a block, okay? Let me explain. If you have faith in the law and your technique to keep your mind on track and to live from the end is repetition, then yes, likely just repetition is enough to bring about your manifestation, because every time you're on the subject, you just go back to your chosen assumption. So again, if you have the foundation, if you have made the decision and you trust law of assumption and you're using repetition to keep your mind focused in the end, I'm going to talk about the other way to use repetition in a moment, but if you're using repetition in this way, yes, repetition is enough, and yes, it will bring your manifestation about. Now, if you don't have the full faith in the law and you are using repetition as a way to make something happen out there, and you're using repetition every time you notice it's not there yet, then likely no. I mean, it can still work, but likely for the, more important desires that we have, that is not going to work for you, because probably the doubt is going to take over, right? Mostly that repetition is going to be based in doubt and trying to make something happen out there. Your repetition is to change you. But again, if you think you're changing out there, go watch my previous video. If you think you're changing out there, you're missing the point of the repetition. And the repetition, it could still work, okay? I'm not saying no, it won't work, but it will get you limited, if any, results, okay? So the answer is sort of like repetition in and of itself can work, yes, but you really need to pay attention to the motivation behind your repetition. Again, are you using the repetition because you feel like you're in lack and you're changing something out there? That's not going to work so well. That never works. You're missing the point. You have a misunderstanding. If you're using repetition to change you, to saturate your mind, and to convince yourself, this is all about you becoming convinced about your desire and shifting yourself into a state of fulfillment, contentment, of knowing, If you're using repetition for that reason, yes. But you see, from that place, eventually you won't need the repetition, and likely you won't need it before, ahead of your manifestation showing up. In other words, you're not going to repetition all the way up till it's showing up. You're going to use the repetition until you feel saturated. You're naturally going to stop the repetition, and then likely the manifestation shows up because again, you shifted internally. You shifted to the point of fulfillment, feeling like you had it. You don't need to have repetition about something that you already have, right? If you're going to buy a car and you are, just affirming, I have a new car, I have a new car, I have a new car, I have a new car. When you get the car, you're not still saying, I have the car, I have the car, I have the car, I have the car, right? You don't do that about things that you have. And you need to feel in your inner state that you have the thing before it shows up out there. Because as within, so without. This is not about changing out there, you guys. We've really got to yeah, we've got to get this piece in place. And it takes a little bit of time, it takes practice, it's okay. But I really want to hammer it home because this is the piece that so many people miss. They learn manifesting and they're like, cool, I can, control my reality. I can change my reality, I can manifest what I want. And they keep looking out there and they learn the techniques and they're looking for the evidence out there. This will get you limited, if any, results because you're skipping over the main event. The main event is you. And I'm not saying we're not meant to experience out there. Absolutely, we are. We are. And you should. You're meant to. And I want you to. And what I'm teaching you is the way to do that, the way to get there. The way to get there is not by looking out there, looking out there, looking out there. It's looking in here and experiencing it in here and just letting that be for a little bit. And you can do that when you've integrated your faith in the law and you've made the decision again and again and again. This is what I believe. This is how it works, right? You can do that then when you have the foundation. So it's all about where your intention with the repetition is coming from. And that second part of your question is a great part of the question because that piece, that foundation, will allow you to have the repetition coming from the right place. So, I know, not a simple answer, but I hope this was helpful. And definitely, you guys, I'm looking forward to seeing more and more questions. I'm excited about recording these questions of the week for you guys so that I can support you and provide more and more help on your journey and be of assistance because that's what I'm here to do. So send in your questions and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.